So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why I dedicate for this project. Okay, so yeah, so one common ground. Okay. So the thing is, my question is, all right, so question it's the key to just think deeper. So do you think educators can teach questioning skills to the students?
Oh, most definitely. I think
Uh-huh.
educators
Uh-huh.
probably more than anybody, there may be a few exceptions, but
Mm-hmm.
educators are best equipped to teach questioning because it's a part
Mm-hmm.
of what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You evaluate students thinking based on their questions. You prompt students to think based on your questions. Questions are critical to educators.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we understand what's needed in the classroom. So I think educators have a lot, and there are a lot of
Mm-hmm.
resources out there about different levels of questions, Bloom's taxonomy and others, where
Mm-hmm.
you can really look at how much cognition is required for the type of question you're asking.
Mm-hmm.
So I think educators have an advantage
Mm-hmm.
there,
Mm-hmm.
and I also realize that um, a question can serve many purposes. The right question can bring clarity to your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have feelings or wonderment and you can't quite articulate it. But if someone asks you a really
Mm-hmm.
good question or a series of questions, it
Mm-hmm.
brings clarity to your thoughts. And then you're able to say, "Oh, that's actually what I really want to say." I
Mm-hmm.
think I think that's critical. And you doing these interviews, I think one of the cool things about doing interviews is how the questions get the guests to really think about
Mm-hmm.
what they do, and why they do it.
Yeah,
And
I
and
love
it's
it.
just
Yeah.
because of your
Mm-hmm.
questions. Your questions really
Mm-hmm.
help. So I see questions are critical, and educators do a really good job of
Mm-hmm.
that, or at least they should. Good educators do
Mm-hmm.
a really good job of bringing out good questions.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and then, well, so then, I want to learn some effective ways to teach questioning skills to the students. So the ways I use these days, I just give them some good examples of questions, like a thought-provoking questions, and then yeah, showing the good examples and encourage them to make their own questions. And then, can you suggest any other ways for teaching questioning skills?
mhm. Yeah, so like I said, with actually being an educator, there's a lot of resources out there. Bloom's taxonomy is one that is very, very simple. You can Google that, you can find Bloom's
Mm-hmm,
taxonomy.
mm-hmm,
And the really
mm-hmm,
good thing about that is that it really helps you understand the different levels of
mm-hmm,
thinking required. So you have a very
mm-hmm,
low level question like
mm-hmm,
a
mm-hmm,
comprehension, a remembering question,
mm-hmm,
the what, the when, those types of questions are very, very simple. They don't
mm-hmm,
require a lot, maybe require you to recall information, but not a lot of
mm-hmm,
sort of processing of
mm-hmm,
information.
mm-hmm.
And so those are very simple.